your lives for the better. Sorry, that was something from my system. So I'd like to appreciate everybody who is here. I see Mr. Kissinger Wanjala is with his is it daughter or son there? Welcome to the meeting. So I'd like to spend the next 25 to 30 minutes sharing with you a business idea that I think that has been so well thought out by the pioneers of our industry. So I'd like to appreciate your attending this meeting. So if you'll give me a moment, I want to share the screen with you so that we can give you an idea of what this business is about. All right, so as Paula said, my name is Pascal Oloo. I'm trained as a civil engineer, and I was born in Kenya, but at the moment we live in Pretoria, South Africa. What is the mission of our business? What is the mission of our company? It's a very simple mission: to make the world a healthier and a happier place. But you see, that has to start with you, because it doesn't matter if the rest of the world is healthier and happier, but you're spending a lot of your time in hospital, or you're spending a lot of your time sick, or you're not happy in life. So this business is a very simple mission that we would like to share with the rest of the world. Okay? That's myself and my wife, Betty. We started the business just over 20 years ago. And the reason we started the business is very simple. We wanted to make extra money. I remember when we started the business, a friend of mine asked me, Pascal, why did you really start this business? You're a civil engineer. My answer was threefold: money, money, and money. We started the business because we wanted to make extra money. And you see, when a man and a woman gets together, there's natural expansion. The children come along. And as the children come along, the cost of living also begins to increase. But you see, if the cost of living is increasing and your salary or the income that you're having is not increasing at a higher pace, then it means you're going backwards. Two things are going to affect your income. One is called progressive income tax. The more money you earn, the more tax you pay. Number two is something called inflation. That means the buying power of your money this year will be less next year at this time. That is really what inflation is. Whatever the news media gives you as an inflation rate is not accurate, because if you want to measure inflation, it's very simple. Just think of a basket of goods that you normally buy at home. This time next year, buy the same goods and see the difference in the cost. That will be your inflation. So Betty and I started this business just to make extra money. In fact, our goal at that time was to earn an extra $200 a month, because that would complement my salary. But after doing the business for 7 months part-time, our income reached $1,000. And that's when I realized that if I put more effort in this business, I could come to some sense of financial freedom to be able to earn sufficient money for our family needs. That's when we got involved in the business. So what I want to share with you, those of you who are our guests, is what this business is about. What is the function of a business? The aim of a business is to provide a service or a product to the public in return for a profit, for the common good. That is really what a business is. First, you need to provide a service or a product. Number two, you make a profit. Number three is for the good of society. If your business does not provide for the good of society, it doesn't qualify to be a business. Okay? So, what are the 4 ways that people use to generate income? Number one is called a job. A job where you work for somebody, and at the end of the month, they pay you a salary. A friend of mine sent me a message, I think this morning, that he's gone for 2 or 3 months without a salary, and he's employed, and he's working on a project. So even if you have a job, it doesn't guarantee that your salary is going to come on a regular basis. The other thing about a job is that a job is no longer secure, because your employer can come and one time and say, sorry, we don't have any more work for you. And what do? They have to let you go. The second way to generate income is called self-employment. Self-employment is when you start a business that you run with your own, you get some money, invest in a business or a product, and most of the time, if you are self-employed and the business depends on you to grow, it means that if something happens to you, if you fall sick, you're unable to go to work, you have family problems, you need to attend to the children, it means there's no income coming. What happens is that actually the business owns you, you don't own the business. One of the tests you can use whether you own a business or not is go away from your business for a month or two. If the business collapses, you don't own the business actually owns you. The third way that people use to generate income is called a big business. That is people who invest huge capital, lots of machinery and equipment, a high labor, a lot of employees, and with the employees come labor issues. One of them is called ShopRite Checkers. It's a retail company which is headquartered in South Africa. They have over 1,940 retail outlets around the African continent, in Seychelles and I think Mauritius. They employ over 147,000 people. But you see, the ordinary person like you and I do not have that kind of capital to invest in a big business. The fourth way that people use to generate income is called investment. That is, over and above the money or the cash that you have that you need for your daily needs, you take a bit of it and invest in a company or in a product or in whatever it is. But you see, this requires that you need to have the knowledge and the skill of investment. That's when you're going to get a reasonable return on your investment. These are the four main ways of earning an income. There are other ways, like, for example, professional athletes or singers or writers, people who have extraordinary talent to be able to generate money even after they have stopped putting the work. But the question is there an ideal system? Is there an ideal criteria? Or is there an ideal business? I think there is. And this is the criteria I would suggest that you need to look at to identify for you what an ideal business is. Number one, the capital required is very low to start this kind of business. For example, our business, you require anything between $60 and $100 to start an international business. Secondly, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Everybody around the world who has built wealth is always involved in distribution and services. Number three, you need to have a global reach. That means your product or your service needs to be able to have access to most of the global market. Our company is registered in just over 50 countries around the world. In Africa, we are operating in 14 countries. And we've got access to roughly 450 million people around the African continent. So there's still very, very many people who are looking for our kind of products. The fourth element about an ideal business for creating wealth is called leverage. And this is a secret of very wealthy people. Leverage simply means that you've learned a way to multiply your time, your efforts, and your income. That is what leverage is. For example, if I'm working 5 hours a day, my income depends on those 5 hours a day for me to generate money. But supposing I get 10 of my colleagues to do the same, and I get a small percentage of their effort because I'm supporting them to build their business, so I'm earning an income of my 5 hours plus 50 hours of my friends and colleagues. Supposing those 10 people also has 10 others who start the business and do or work during the day. So we have over 500 hours of work that I'm paid a small percentage of because I'm teaching all these people how to build a business. That is what we mean by leverage. Leverage is a key to success in business. The fifth thing is you need a consumable and unique high quality product. Why is that important? Because it has a repeat sale. You and I are going to use soap until the day we die. So soap is a good business. I remember when I started the business, one of my colleagues I took to a meeting, and one of the products they demonstrated that evening was some of our cleaning products, one called Super 10 and LDC. And after the meeting, he told me, Pascal, you're a civil engineer and you're selling soap. Well, as far as I was concerned, I was not only selling soap, but I was selling hope. Because this business has created hope for a lot of people around the African continent and worldwide. The sixth thing you need is a business system. What is a business system? A business system is a tools, procedures, equipment that you need to run your business so that you as the owner of the business doesn't have to be there. And if you go to any bank or any branches, the branches of any bank, you will find that each branch is similar to the other. The way you queue to get your services is the same. The computer software they use is the same. This is what we mean by a system. A system is a way that you run a business that gives the owner of the business the opportunity not to be at the business all the time. And the last one is timing. Timing is very critical in our business because if you start your business at the wrong time, the business may not gain traction or penetrate the market. So that is what we do in our business. Those are the criteria for a wealth building system. But what is network marketing? What is this business we talk about? Is an efficient means of distribution of goods and services from a manufacturer to the consumer, cutting out the middleman. In traditional business, if I want, for example, if I go to a supermarket, Naivas in Kenya or ShopRite, I don't know whether ShopRite is in Tanzania, but if you have ShopRite in South Africa, if I go there and buy a tin of beverage, let me say it costs me $3 to buy. The actual manufacturing cost is about 80 to 90 cents. But why does it get to $3? Because between the manufacturer and the consumer, there are several middlemen who keep adding to the cost of the product. There's advertising, there is wholesalers, there are retailers, there is breakages, people who keep adding to the cost of the product, and who pays for it? The consumer. So what we do in our business, we cut out all these middlemen. There's no advertising in our business. Advertising is done by distributors like myself, or some of my colleagues who are attending this meeting. So the money the company would have spent to pay advertising companies is what is paid to us because we are advertising the product by word of mouth. We don't have wholesalers or retailers. The products are explained to customers directly. What I've found very exciting about our business is if a product is launched today, 24 hours later, more than 50 or 60,000 of our customers know about the product and in great detail about it by word of mouth from the distributors who are registered. That's how powerful this business system is. We are paid for referring customers to the company. The products are researched and developed on your behalf. That is why you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. That means you've got an infrastructure behind you. Neolife has built infrastructure in over 50 countries to support our business. There's no qualification required except three things: a desire for success, being teachable, and sheer hard work. If you have these three things going for you, your business is going to succeed. And this dream was started by a gentleman called Jerry Brasfield in 1958. Jerry Brasfield had very serious asthma as a teenager, and his mother got natural remedies, and when he was healed or he was cured, he decided to share this idea with the rest of the world, and that's how this company was born. But why has it lasted all these years? It has lasted because we believe in some basic principles. One is absolute honesty and integrity, because we believe that we need to tell our customers, our distributors, and our staff the truth about our products and about our business. Number two, the most important element of our business are people. If we don't have people, we have nothing. Number three is products that work. The company spends considerable amount of time and money to develop the finest products in their range. That's why they formed the Scientific Advisory Board, whose job is to do research and develop our products. Number four is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody who starts the business starts at the same level. And number five, a long-range vision. I would suggest for those of you who are guests, if you're starting this business, give it a 2 to 5 year horizon. That means that within a 2 to 5 year period, if you consistently work the business, you will acquire financial independence. Okay? Now, why do people start this business? People start this business for very many different reasons. Some start because they want a better life for their children. They want to buy dream homes or build nice homes. They want to buy fancy cars. They want to build or buy holiday homes, or to spend some time in the beach. They want to make a lot of money. They want to be physically fit. So people join the business for very many different reasons. So if you're a guest, I don't know what your reason would be to join this business. So think about it. After this meeting, you will speak to the person who invited you. They will show you how to get started. But the important thing is this. Remember, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. That means your dreams are not the dreams of the person who invited you. They're your own dreams. This business is just a vehicle for you to achieve those dreams. Now, you join the business, you become a member of Neolife as a distributor, the company operating in over 50 countries. We have the scientific advisory board who develop the products. Which products? We've got 4 ranges of products. The first one is the home care range. These are cleaning products. Things you use to clean your bathroom, your kitchen, your toilet, your carpets, your tiles. Anything that you need for cleaning at home, we have it. The second is the personal care products. Things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. The third range is the nutrients organics, that is skincare products. And the fourth range is a health supplement. Health supplements is important because your greatest wealth in life is your health. If your health is finished, your mission in life is finished. Okay? But how does this business work? This business works when you do 3 daily things. You know, I grew up in a retail shop. My father used to own a retail shop. And the only way we could make money is if we opened the shop on a daily basis. A similar principle is applied in our business. There are 3 things we do every day to cause growth in our business. We call them 3 daily success habits. The first one is using the products. We use the products because we are supporting our own business. And number 2, we want the people we talk to know that we also believe in what we are suggesting or promoting. Okay? Now, because this company is registered in different countries, the company standardized the measurement of size of business by using the point value system. For example, one of the cleaning products we have called LDC is a 1 liter bottle. It's 10 PV. So in a month, the goal is to reach 100 PV. If you have 100 PV, the next thing you do is you share the business opportunity. What does that mean? That you introduce other people to register as distributors for the company. And what do these people do? They also use 100 points, plus your own becomes 700 PV. You become a manager, and your income is roughly $45 a month. The other thing you do is you begin to train the people in your organization to do what you do. That means they duplicate what you do. If the person in the top right corner introduces 2 people each, and each of those 2 introduce 2, you will have 700 PV unit. If you do that plus the other 6 is 1,300 PV or point value, your income is about $90 a month. You might say, Pascal, $90 a month is not a very exciting thing. Yes, I know. But that's where it starts. I believe that any large thing has to start very small. Okay? The next thing you do is you teach the people you've introduced to the business to do what you do. It's called duplication. If you have 6 people doing 700 points, it's 4,200 plus your own is 4,300. You become a director. Your income is about between $580 and $700. Sometimes it may reach 1,000 depending on the volume of your business. Okay? The other thing we do is we share the products. What does that mean? Not everybody is going to join your business. So the people who don't join your business become your customers, and because they're not registered, you make a profit from them of about 20%. All right? The third thing we do in our business on a daily basis is personal development. That means we spend time through the business, through the support of your sponsor. Your sponsor is the person who introduced you to the business, training, support, and personal development material, attending seminars, attending workshops, reading books, doing presentations, CDs, YouTube videos. These are tools and events we use to make ourselves better business people. All right? But maybe some of you who are watching this presentation want to earn more money. If you want to earn more money, make sure the people you introduce to this business reach the level you have reached as a director. If you help one person become a director, your income is about $1,000 plus. If you help 3 people to be directors, your income goes to about $2,000 a month. If you help 6 people to be directors, your income goes above $5,000 as a president's team member. So I would like to hand over back to Paul to introduce our guests to share their story. Paul, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, I think Paul is having a bit of challenge. I see our guest is ready there. Justus, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Pascal. How are you? Good to see you here.
I am very well.
Thank you.
Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, Pascal, I can hear. Sorry for that. I wasn't able to unmute myself for some reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to thank you, Pascal, a lot for taking us through that piece of presentation. And so far, I do believe that our guest on the call today, you have been able to understand 1 or 2 things about the company of Neolife. And at this point, I just want to bring a gentleman who is on the call today, who started the business as a student and today is an international business builder traveling the world. And because he's here, I think he's the right person to be able to share his story. So all the way from Uganda, I want to bring our WOW team member joining us tonight, Justus Muhumuza, to be able to speak to us. Justus, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Paul.
Thank you so much, Justus. You're most welcome. Please take it away.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Paul, for giving me this opportunity to be able to share my story on how this business has been able to change my life. And thank you so much, Mr. Pascal. Every single time I listen you to present about this business, I feel like I want to start afresh. Yeah, I think you're one of the best presenters the company has ever had. Thank you so much. And my name is Muhumuza Justus. I come from Uganda, and I live here in Kampala, though I'm from Western Uganda. And I've been part of Neolife for now 12 years. I got started when I was a young person. I was about 20 years. I was a student at Makerere University doing a Bachelor of Industrial Finance. Though at the point when I was invited to have a look at this business, I had registered for DEDIA because my parents didn't have money to keep me in school. I personally come from a humble family, you know, a family whereby together my brothers and sisters who've gone to the best schools. But every time we go to school, land keeps on reducing, the cows keep on reducing, the goats keep on reducing. I believe we all understand what brings up that, because they were selling off things for us to go to school. By the time I got to university, there was nothing else to sell apart from the house that we are living in. So I had no option apart from registering for DEDIA, hoping that maybe God will help me to find a way to get back to school. So during that kind of confusion, that's when a friend of mine gives me a call and says there's a company called Neolife, whereby I could be involved and learn how to make sales, to do marketing. And then he told me that I would be paid a lot of money that could actually help me to get back to school. So I come into this meeting, which was at one of the biggest hotels around Kampala, that was Serena Hotel. And that date was quite inspiring because I really listened to so many people who were sharing their stories on how this business had been able to change their lives. I met so many doctors, I met engineers, bankers, students like myself doing the business, and they were saying so many good things about this business. I can't say that everything went well because first and foremost, I didn't have registration money to get started. That was my first barrier. And then also the other thing is that I had so many fears because I saw products and I had so many questions that I asked myself, One of them was, where was I going to sell these products? Number two was, all my circles were all young people. I'm like, who can afford these products? But then what inspired me, my sponsor told me, all you have to do is to attend trainings so that you can learn marketing. You can learn how to sell these products, how to recommend these products. I didn't have an option apart from listening to what he was saying. And that's exactly what I started doing. I got registered on borrowed money because I didn't have the money to get started. And then I started using a few products. I also, because one of the basics is using the products. I didn't start by using all the products because I couldn't afford them. I only started by using LDC, which I was using at the same time selling. So that's the only product I started with. But later on, when I kept on making more money, I kept on upgrading on, went to G1 Laundry, then to Super 10, then to 3NN, then to Pro Vitality. So as I kept on growing in the business, I kept on also increasing on the number of products I was using because I was told the best way to build my business is to start by using the products. And then also the other thing was for me to start recommending the products. Now that I enjoyed most because I learned that every single time I was recommending a product, I was getting a profit up to about between 20 to 25%. Now that encouraged me quite so much because as a student who sometimes I would even struggle to get 3 meals, this time I had money in my pocket. In fact, I remember very well my very first client bought a weight management program. I didn't even explain how it worked because I didn't know how it worked. I just told them, look, this thing can take off weight. And if you have diabetes and pressure, it will also go along with it. And the gentleman bought. I made a profit of about 80,000, which is I think about close to about maybe like $10, which was good money. Good money that gave me a lot of hope. I felt that, okay, if I can sell this time, that means I can even sell tomorrow. I can even sell the other day. And trust me, by the end of the month, I had actually made profits of about $100, which was good for the start. And then the other thing was to recommend the business to people. Now, I found that so many people were joining my business, some of them to simply use the products at a discount. Others were joining to also do it just the same way I was doing because they were looking for an additional income. And in my very first month, interestingly, I actually got 19 people to join my business, which was actually my worry. And how these people joined my business, one of them is my mother. My mother joined my business because I told her, look, there's something that I'm doing here that can actually help me to pay my school fees. So if you join and you get people to use these products, I can pay my school fees. I have had many other students who are also doing it. They're even driving cars. So my mother joined my business, my dad joined the business, my uncle joined, and then my best friends joined. And that is how in my very first month, I had a team of 19 people using the products, recommending the products, and I became a senior manager. My first income was about $120 in this business. Now, you don't know what that means to me because I joined this business saying that, let me just try. Maybe God will help me for this business to work. But here in my first month, I have a team of 19 people. I have developed some managers, I've developed some senior managers. My income is about $120. That gave me hope. And I even won some incentives. I think my airplanes gave me about 3 bottles of aloe vera because I'd stepped up, sponsored 6 people personally and 19 with the team. And that now kept me going and it pushed me to even build it harder. In about 6 months, I had about over 80 people using the products and doing the business. And the company made me a director. When I became a director, my income was about $500. Now that was very good income. I was only 20 years, earning about $500. I'm now looking at someone who joined because they wanted to make some school fees. This was good enough for me to actually get back to school. Now, when I joined the business, like Pascal said, that if you want more money, you have to help more people to become directors. I had some 3 people who also wanted to become directors in my team, One of them was Dennis Tomoshaba. You know, he must be on this call. I got them to director. By the time I was closing my very first 1 year in the business, I had 3 people who had become directors. The company had gotten me to a level called World Team. And as a World Team member, my income was about $1,200. That was my very first check as a World Team member. I was age 21, and I'm telling you that check really gave me the hope to get back to school. And actually immediately I registered and started school. So I started doing this business part-time when I was studying as well. And then things kept on happening. I remember in that December 2010, there was an incentive that was running, and I was able to become the best director in the whole of East Africa. My bonus check then that month was about $1,500. And then also the company added me $2,000. That was about $3,500 in one single month at age 21. And I'm telling you, that is the time I decided and said, you know what, let me study, but this is the deal. I am going to do this business and build it until I am able to achieve all my dreams. Because I was quite encouraged, because my income was growing every single month. In fact, the one thing that I love about this business is that your income grows exponentially. It starts small, but then keeps on growing and growing. As your business grows, it also keeps on growing. So I never turned back. I kept on building my business then. In fact, I remember that is also the time I also had the opportunity of traveling out of Uganda for the very first time to go to a place called Winston Country and Golf Club. I know people in Kenya, you know this place very well. It's one of the best golf course resorts in Eastern Central Africa. I was there and life was good. The company paid everything. And then later on, the company gave me another trip to Johannesburg. Now, that trip was quite interesting because the company was requesting me to put a partner, because the company was also going to pay for my partner and also give me shopping money for my partner as well. I immediately, because I was still young in school, I included my mother as my partner. And my mother also had the chance to travel for the very first time. She had actually never had even a chance to be at the airport. But I'm telling you, Cutters of Neolife, she's in some of the magazines with Neolife that are international magazines. She has been on the plane. She also owns a passport. So the business is quite well and good, because I have had chances to travel. And I remember quite well in my very first meeting when they were talking about the travel and lifestyle. So many things were going around my mind. I was wondering. So I traveled to London to see who. In fact, that meeting I attended, people had just returned from London because they were from celebrating 50 years. So I looked at these guys talking about London, and I'm like, I go to London to see who will pay. What if I get lost there? How are they going to look for me, you know? So I had completely said, let me do this business, make money, travel. I don't have hopes that I would ever travel. But I'm telling you, from 2010, the only year that I have not traveled out of Uganda was 2020, and that was because there was COVID. But the company had prepared for a trip that was in the Czech Republic, in a city called Prague. But I'm telling you, I've had chances to visit Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders in the world. I've been to South Africa. I've been to Europe. I've been to Mauritius. I mean, all these things is because of Neolife. I don't think I would have ever done anything that would have actually ever got me to that kind of lifestyle. I have now, my biggest benefit out of this business has actually been my family. Because the same way how I was just from school because of school fees, my 7 other brothers and sisters were facing the same challenge. You don't know how it happens, by the way. My brothers and sisters happen to be the brightest kids, but I'm telling you, the money was not there. But out of this business, 2011 September, it was quite sad that we lost our dad. And being the firstborn, the company then was paying me quite well. I told my mother, look, no problem. Since this is what God had decided, I'll take on the challenge and be able to support my brothers and sisters. Today, I have 2 who have graduated. As we speak, next year, I'm going to be graduating a medical student at Macquarie University. Next year, still, I'm going to be graduating a pharmacist still at Macquarie University. 2023, I'm going to be graduating an electrical engineer. All that, the money comes from Neolife. Now, I don't know if there's any job that I would ever do as a senior six dropout that would have actually paid my fees and also paid for my brothers and sisters, but Neolife has been able to do that for me. And I can also guarantee if you also give Neolife an opportunity, I'm sure so many things can be able to change. I'm even sure that you could even be able to share a much better, inspiring story than mine. And also the other biggest benefit I've gotten out of this business is the fact that because, I mean, we train with so many people who are way up there. Some of them are CEOs who share with us their experiences, their knowledge. One of my uplines is by names of Mrs. Miriam Kanakulia. You know, she told me, Justus, you know, one of the biggest investments in Uganda is actually buying land. Why don't you start buying land? And 2012, I bought my first piece of land. And then I set it as a goal to always buy land every single year. Courtesy of Neolife, I have had at least 8 land titles in my name, all because of Neolife. The biggest is about 55 acres. I don't know if today I'm only 32 years. I don't know whether there's anything that I would ever done out there, any job that I would ever done that would have helped me to get this kind of achievements. Today I drive a very beautiful car, a Kluger black in color with leather interiors, which actually happens with my second car. My first car, I bought it when I was in my second year at the university, and it was quite a good experience. It was the first in the family. And I'm telling you, really, Neolife is good. Neolife is good. Today, I do it passionately because it also has given me a chance to change as many people's lives as possible. I have so many directors in my business. This year, my target is to develop 10 directors. So far, I've developed 3 directors, 7 to go. This month, God willing, I should also be developing another director. But I love the fact that this business, your life only changes when you are changing other people's lives. I have people like Dennis Kumushabe. I mean, he lives in Mbara in Western Uganda, who out of this business has also been able to travel, has been able to marry, has been able to build a house, has been able to buy a car, all because of this business. So ask myself, if I had not said yes to this business, if I had not shown him the business, would he have also been successful? I don't know. Today, I have so many people who give me a call. In fact, I don't know why people today call me doctor. I'm not a doctor, but people love calling me doctor because I have given them products that work. In fact, today I share these products not because I'm going to make money. Of course, every time I share, the money comes automatically. But I love to share these products because I've seen what it does for people. I have a lady who I just recommended 2 products about 3 months ago. I found this lady had been suffering with pain for 8 years, 8 years with joint pains. I gave them Pro Vitality, I gave them full motion, omega-3, chelated CalMag, calling her after 3 weeks. The lady was in the garden digging just because of these amazing products. So it's an amazing business. You can travel, you can make money, you can change your life, you can change many people's lives. Most importantly, you can be able to live your dreams. So start this business. Let us help you, let us guide you. Let's work with you. Let's show you how it has worked for us. And I'm quite sure 1 to 2, 3 years from now, you should even be in position to share a much better, inspiring story than even mine. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul Mato, for giving me this opportunity. And back to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Justus, for sharing such an amazing story of how you started the business as a student and the things that you have been able to achieve. What stands out for me today is the way you have been able to help your siblings to be able to continue achieving their dreams through their education in the university. And I'm sure you'll be able to see them through all of them as you continue to to be part of this opportunity. One thing I like about is the passion and the commitment that you have shown in the business. And I have no doubts that you'll be able to achieve all the dreams that you have. So for the young people there who are on the call today, that's a big challenge from Justus, who is only 32 years. Just as you look 20, I mean, it's because of the products that they've been able to help you as they help your family and the people that you are meeting. So all the young people on the call today, it's an amazing challenge. Instead of just depending on your parents, you can be able to take up this opportunity just like Justus started. And by the time you finish school, your university education, you could be having financial freedom, because that is why we mostly go to school, to be able to get financial freedom, to be able to achieve the dreams and the things that we truly value. So that's amazing, Justus. We just want to thank you for finding time to be able to share with us today. And I think it's an amazing testimony from a young person today who is building the business, when most of the young people, they're out there looking for employment. So if you, just like Justus said, and also Pascal, if you're a new person looking for this opportunity for the first time, talk to the person who brought you to this meeting after we finish, and they'll be able to tell you how you can be able to start. And guess what? In the next 2-3 years, you could be the one who will be seated where Justus is seated today, sharing your success story and the things that have been able to happen to you. So before I give Pascal to be able to finish our meeting today, remember tomorrow we have a very big event, which is Diamond Director, present team members and directors and the Diamond Directors Recognition Award. You don't want to miss that meeting. It's open for everybody. If you looked at the link which I shared properly, you saw there is a YouTube live link, which I recommend, because the Zoom link might be full. So when you find the Zoom link is full, just go click to the YouTube link and it will just take you straight to the meeting. I understand the meeting will be open 15 minutes to 8 tomorrow. It's 8 p.m. So make sure you find time and just come and see. You know, despite the challenges of Corona, how people have been able to build big business and the kind of bonuses this company is paying. Because one thing about the company of Neolife, whatever we promise, we keep our word. If we tell you this is the incentive you are running for, this is the compensation plan, once you achieve it, regardless of the times, you'll be able to be paid. So tomorrow it's a big night, don't miss it. You can bring a few people on board to be able to see what is there for us. And Justus spoke about traveling. I just want to announce that next month, that is June, between the 10th and the 13th, our team members are going to be in Dubai for a vacation. So it's an amazing place for you to be able to be. If you love traveling, I just want to assure you in the right place. So I just want to take us back to Pascal to be able to close the meeting for us. Pascal, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Paul. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate Justus's testimony. In fact, this is a message I got from Justus. If you want to be a landowner, join this business. So, and you see, what our business does is we're able to keep up with technology, because one of the things that has helped our business grow very rapidly in the past few years is because the company keeps updating itself in using technology. For example, if you want to order products in this business, you can order it online. You don't need to go to the office. If you want to register new distributors and build a team, you can register that online. Once you get registered, the company creates for you what we call a back office, where you can use to monitor and manage your business. Training is done locally and internationally online. For example, there are people in this call who are people from the US, from Sweden, people from Italy, from the UK, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria, South Africa. People from different regions call into this line for training. The delivery of products, the company has contracted different courier companies to deliver products to customers. Payment of products is done online. Payment of bonuses and commission is also done online. And Justus talked about travel. I mean, Betty and I were privileged to travel to attend the Ruby Orientation School in Johannesburg, Santon Sun Hotel, for 4 days, paid for by the company. Abu Dhabi, as Paul has said, next month the world team leaders from East Africa are going to Abu Dhabi to spend 3 or 4 glorious days, and courtesy of the company. So if you're a guest, think about carefully about your future. Where is your future heading? Those are some of the people who attended the Ruby Orientation School in Johannesburg in 2019, October. So if you're a guest, how do you get started? Speak to the person who invited you. They will give you an application form to fill. The registration, if you're in South Africa, is between $690 and $2,700. If you're in Kenya, it's $7,360 or $8,970. If you're in Nigeria, it's $17,500 and $22,500 naira. If you're in Tanzania, it's Tanzania shillings 140,500 or 170,700. If you're in Uganda, it's 203,900 shillings or 242,500 Uganda shillings. If you're in the US, it's 99 US dollars. If you're in Sweden, the premium kit costs you 1,025 Swedish krona. So if you're a guest, turn to the person who invited you. They'll explain to you how to get started, and they'll help you get started in the business. My wish for you as a guest is that life is not easy for you, but you develop the skill to manage your challenges. That you have your own dreams, and that you're serious about those dreams, and you pursue your dreams through this business until all your dreams that you want become a reality. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending this presentation with us. Remember that if you want your life to change, you have to change. And if you do, nothing can stop you from becoming very successful. So thank you very much. Good night, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Pascal and Justus. Good night, everyone. Thank you and bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.